Module Overview. This module provides an in-depth exploration of the constitutional and legal bedrock upon which federal systems are constructed. It examines how constitutions serve as the supreme legal instruments that define the division of powers, responsibilities, limitations, and protections for both national and subnational governments in a federal system. The module focuses on the legal architecture that binds the federation together, ensures mutual respect for jurisdictions, protects individual and group rights, and institutionalizes mechanisms for conflict resolution and legal interpretation. It also investigates the doctrines, legal principles, and jurisprudential foundations that support federal arrangements in both classical and contemporary federations. This includes how legal instruments like constitutions, statutes, executive orders, judicial rulings, and intergovernmental compacts shape the actual practice of federalism in various jurisdictions. Constitutions as the legal basis of federalism. The Constitution in a federal system is rigid, supreme, and binding on all tiers of government. It entrenches the autonomy of the federating units and defines their relationship with the central government. Constitutions outline division of legislative, executive, and judicial powers, exclusive, concurrent, and residual lists, revenue allocation formulas, and fiscal responsibilities, dispute resolution frameworks, and constitutional amendment procedures. The Constitution protects minority rights, guarantees rule of law, and upholds human rights as non-negotiable elements of federal governance. Types of constitutions in federal states: rigid constitutions, hard to amend, requiring special procedures, e.g., US, Nigeria, India, essential for preserving subnational autonomy. Flexible constitutions, easier to change, often through simple legislative majority. Less common in federal systems. Written constitutions, codified in a single legal document. Clearer delineation of federal authority, e.g., Nigeria, Brazil. Unwritten or partly written constitutions. Evolve through conventions, precedents, and multiple statutes, e.g., United Kingdom, not federal, but important for comparison. Division of powers and jurisdiction. Exclusive powers. Functions reserved strictly for the federal government, e.g., defense, foreign affairs, immigration. Concurrent powers, shared by both levels of government, e.g., education, transportation, healthcare. Residual powers, matters not expressly listed, typically assigned to states or provinces, varies by constitution. Examples: Nigeria, federal exclusive list, concurrent list, residual list, implicit. USA, enumerated powers. 10th Amendment reserves others to states. India, union, state, and concurrent lists. Role of the judiciary in federal systems. Supreme and constitutional courts play a pivotal role in interpreting the Constitution and resolving intergovernmental conflicts. They determine constitutional validity of laws, jurisdictional overreach or encroachment, enforcement of fundamental rights and liberties. Landmark federalism-related court rulings in different countries shape the trajectory of intergovernmental relations and redefine power dynamics. Intergovernmental legal instruments and agreements. In many federations, intergovernmental compacts, memoranda of understanding, MOUs, and framework agreements supplement constitutional provisions to coordinate across levels of government. These are used in areas like education curriculum, alignment, tax harmonization, disaster management, public health and emergency response. Amendment procedures in federal constitutions. Federal constitutions are often difficult to amend deliberately to protect the integrity of the federal system. Amendments typically require supermajority votes in national legislatures, approval from a majority of subnational legislatures, sometimes referenda or judicial review. These procedures ensure buy-in from federating units preventing unilateral constitutional changes by the central government. Constitutional challenges in practice. Ambiguity in constitutional interpretation. Central overreach and erosion of state powers. Lack of judicial independence or politicized courts. Unequal constitutional recognition of subnational rights. Inadequate enforcement of constitutional provisions. Lack of constitutional autonomy for local governments, as in Nigeria. Case studies in constitutional federalism. United States, U.S. Constitution, 1787, 10th Amendment, Supremacy Clause, and Separation of Powers. Nigeria, 1999 Constitution, legislative lists, constitutional amendments, and federal-state legal disputes. India, Constitution of 1950, strong central bias and asymmetrical federalism. Germany, Basic Law, Grundgesetz, Constitutional Court's rulings, cooperative federalism principles. Canada, British North America Act, Division of Powers, Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Learning outcomes. By the end of this module, you will understand how the Constitution legally institutionalizes federalism, differentiate between exclusive, concurrent, and residual powers in federal structures, evaluate the judicial mechanisms for constitutional interpretation and conflict resolution, analyze the impact of constitutional design on the practice of federalism, assess the strengths and weaknesses of constitutional arrangements in various federations,